Hi guys, it's Vesna here. Welcome to my channel and let's get started. Today I'm going to show you how I made over our basement family room. I took the fireplace, gave it new life. We built shelving around the fireplace for storage for kids' toys and books, and then completely transformed the space into something that was very inviting because it was a room that I did not want to visit before. So this is in my basement family room. It was a bit of a disaster. So I tried to do like a bookshelf beside the fireplace. The fireplace is a dark, kind of reddish brick, and it had the gold and black insert. We put the TV in the corner. We had this table there. All the toys were just kind of everywhere. Not quite like this. I had already started moving some of them, but they were on a shelf beside it. But nothing was really organized, and this room wasn't really being used because it just stressed me out to go down here. And play with the kids because even though there's lots of room, there really wasn't lots of room because the stuff was kind of just everywhere and it wasn't a welcoming room. So the way this room is, our basement is a walkout basement, so we have full-size windows. However, there is a covered deck right above the window. Sorry, there's a deck right above the window, which makes it a little bit darker. So having this dark fireplace made the room feel even darker. And then it had a paint on the wall that was, in my opinion, too dark for the space. So I had been thinking and thinking and thinking about painting the fireplace. I have another fireplace exactly like this upstairs. I redid that one as well. But I didn't want to tackle the one upstairs and paint it in case I didn't like it. So I thought, well, let's start with the one in the basement. It's just a space for us. So if I really, really hate it, I won't do the upstairs. But if I love it, I'll do the upstairs. So this was my test run. I had watched a bunch of videos of people there's like the German schmear, there's whitewashing, there's just straight painting, there's dabbing. So I kind of took advice from all of those videos and did my own thing. I do have a painting tutorial on my DIY channel if you wanted to take a look at that. I'll link it right above here, and it shows you the step-by-step of me painting the fireplace. It took me a long time because I kind of had to do it while the kids were napping. So, so I did it in bits, but because, like I said, it was in the basement, so it didn't matter if things were kind of all over the place, and I just took my time. Yeah, I'll just briefly tell you kind of the steps for painting it. What I did was I watered down the white chalked white linen from Rust-Oleum paint. I watered it down, I would say about half and half, or maybe three quarters and one half. It really depended on, I just kind of mixed it into, like, it wasn't too runny, but it wasn't thick. Um, it does get very messy, so as you paint, you want to dab off and wipe off because um, if you want to achieve this look, that's what I did. And you make sure that you cover everything because the paint is watered down, it splatters everywhere. I wasn't too concerned about like filling in every single part of the fireplace. I didn't want it to be fully painted, like, covered, nothing kind of coming through. I wanted that aged farmhousey kind of look, which I think I achieved. So because I was so worried about how it would look and whether I would like it, and because it's pretty permanent, you can't kind of go back, I just did a little spot on the side of the fireplace because we were putting shelves in. We were going to, like, we built in some shelves there, so I figured you would be able to see it. So if I really, really hated it, then I wouldn't continue and I would just leave it. But I loved it, so I continued it and I did it upstairs, as I said before. So the video, like I said, isn't going to show me painting the whole fireplace because that would be boring, but we also went ahead and painted the actual gold parts of that fireplace insert. We painted it black, and we used the Rust-Oleum high heat matte black paint. My husband did that. He took it apart and he sprayed what he could outside, and then what he couldn't spray, he hand painted. He did not want me recording him, so you'll just see the finished product. He actually went ahead and protected it for me there. And so here is what it looks like with the black. I love the way it looks. And then I decided that I wanted to paint as well. I told you at the beginning that I would be painting. And I went with like the lightest gray that I could find. It looks very white, but it's like a grayish white. But that brightened the room up so much and it made it seem so much less dingy. So you can kind of see half of the wall is that white grayish color, the other half is that beige color. What a difference. And like I said, to make the room functional, we built in some shelves. So what we did was we bought some boards that were 2 inches wide and 2 inches thick and 12 inches wide. And we used those for 3 shelves. And then we used 2 of those for the base of the shelf. Now, I looked to see whether I could buy a countertop or a butcher block, but this was the most cost-effective way, and it gave me the look that I was looking for. Hi guys, so if you haven't been here, welcome to Vesna TV Home. On this home channel, I do all sorts of home decor, room renovations and thrift hauls, Dollar Tree hauls, any kind of hauls. Anything to do with decorating I do on this channel, including some renovations. If you want to see, all the little decorations that I make, any of the DIYs, that you can see over on my DIY channel. This was kind of a tricky video because there was some DIY, but it wasn't, like your regular DIYs. It was more of a renovation and build type of thing. So I thought it would be fitting on this channel here. So if you like what you see, consider subscribing, hit that big like button and hit the notification bell. That will really help my channel out. If you're interested in more DIYs and things like that, head on over to just Vesna TV and you'll see all those sorts of things there too. Thank you. So to continue with the video, because I wanted to store books on those shelves, we knew we had to have really, really good hangers for the shelf. So we had somebody locally make these, and they were silver to begin with. So I painted them with spray painted them with a black matte paint, because I wanted that contrast with the black and the white. And they're super sturdy. They were inexpensive. You could use whatever you had in your local store, or if you had someone like on Etsy or something that was selling it, you could do that as well. Then these are the boards that I was talking about. Now, they are that, but spruce. Basically, the cheapest construction 2 by 12 by 8 foot boards that you can find. And because they're construction grade, they're not smooth. They have a lot of imperfections. So I went ahead and I just sanded them down so I would get them nice and smooth. And basically I just kept on sanding until I got them to be nice and smooth. Nothing too spectacular or too complicated. I just wanted them to be smooth and to get rid of those rough spots, because some of them really had really, really rough spots, even though I had the gentleman at Home Depot pick out the nicest ones for me because they were up high, so he had to bring them down. They still weren't the best, but they were at least straight. So for the base of the cabinet, my husband just used 2x4s to frame it out. And then that middle shelf was just a large piece of press board, I believe is what it's called. A friend of ours was getting rid of it, and it was the right thickness and the perfect size for us to use as a middle shelf in the little built-in shelf. So I painted the shelves that were hung in the chalked Rust-Oleum linen white paint. So same paint I used for the fireplace. I did not water this paint down. And again, just like with any chalk paint that you're using, all you want to do is just do random brush strokes. And I apologize for the angle. I think I'm just trying to hold the phone and record. I don't know why I didn't set up my stand, but if you have random strokes, it'll, once you wax it, you won't be able to see the brush strokes. So then here is what my husband did for the door. This was actually the second time around. So originally we had bought a little bit better quality plywood and made the doors with that. However, the plywood warped once we cut it down, and it just did not look nice once we attached the doors, so we took it off. So that wound up costing us money. I wanted to do this in the first place, what we did here, but for some reason we decided against it, and it kind of cost us twice the money. But I'll be able to use that plywood for other projects, shelves and other things, so I'm not too worried. But I hate spending money twice. So anyway, what we used here, and this was a really good thing to use, were 4x1s, so 4 inches wide and 1 inch thick. And they just come in like 12-foot pieces. So what we did was we cut out as many as we needed, and then attached them with another piece cut down at the top and at the bottom to create kind of like a barn door. And these I actually used for my stovetop cover, which I'll link above. And these are awesome. They didn't warp. They were nice and straight. They were a little bit imperfect, which is okay. I sanded down some of the spots that were too rough, but for the most part they were fine. And again, I painted them with my chalked linen white paint. This paint has gone a really, really long way. And I painted all the sides, and all of these I waxed with the Annie Sloan clear wax. So the big brush that I used is actually an Annie Sloan brush, the bigger size that they have. And then I just used a small little paintbrush to get the little, like in between everywhere and the sides, just to make sure that I'm filling in all the little gaps that there were. And that's it. So before I show you the whole room finished, I want to mention that this video is a part of a challenge hosted by Deco Easy and Ginger Trick Rehab. If you have not checked out these ladies, make sure you do. Ginger Rehab does all sorts of beautiful, beautiful furniture restoration. She has her own business. She does a fantastic job. If you ever wanted to know how to do farmhouse, how to restore some wood and make it look beautiful again, she's your channel to watch. Deco Easy is a channel that two ladies run. It's a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law, which is very cute. And they have fantastic DIYs on their channel. They do great, great work. They're just amazing to watch. They have all sorts of style, farmhouse mostly, but amazing DIY, super talented ladies. So make sure you check out both channels. Check out the playlist. The playlist will have amazing videos, because it'll be very interesting, because this is the Sunday Funday, so you can do anything you want. So it's going to be kind of, every video will be a surprise, whereas, with other collabs or challenges, okay, the theme is Christmas and that's what we're doing. Well, this is Sunday Funday. You can do whatever you want. You can do a haul, you can do a recipe, you can do whatever you want. Amazing. So super fun to watch. So make sure you check it out. I'll have everything linked in my description below. So here is the final finished room reno. I am in love with the way it turned out. These barn board doors are fantastic, and the hardware I used was the cheapest that they had at Home Depot. Just plain black hardware. Like I said, really cheap. Inexpensive, I shouldn't say cheap. And then here are the bookshelves with all the books set up. And as you can see, I put a lot of books there, so it has to be strong. That's why we had to use those hangers that were quite strong. I replaced the lights with these really nice farmhouse type of lights, industrial farmhouse. I got those off of Amazon. And we put the couch there. That's the other side. We put this nice carpet from Costco there. My husband has a rocking chair that he absolutely loves, and it's really good for his back, so that's what he uses. Really happy with the way it turned out. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below. Leave me a comment below letting me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Check out Deco Easy and Ginger Chick Rehab, and check out everyone in the playlist. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have an excellent day and stay safe.